Hello everyone, it is Danny. If this is your first time joining with me, thank you so much for coming. This is going to be a May-June haul. I do stationery, mostly like stickers. I work with bullet journal. I do some memory planning in an A5 wide, and I'm doing a daily journal as well. So those are kind of my primary uses for a lot of these stickers that you'll see. So if that kind of thing is your jam, or you're just here kind of visiting and wanting to see what it's about, also great. But I have a few shops here. I have Sadie stickers and Paper Trail Plants, Dash the Sun, Fleur paper, and Saucy Stickers Co. This is 2 orders from Paper Trail Plans. They've had some really awesome stuff lately, and I just can't get enough. So I am going to get started, and if you're interested, please join me. First up, we have Fleur Paper Studio. I do PR for this shop. It is Danny15 to save 15% off. This shop is based out of Canada and actually gets its processing done through the Pretty Pink Co, which is nice because she lives in Europe. So the designer designs, and then Pretty Pink Co does the production of the stickers. Okay, so first up, let's talk about these freebies. You got 2 freebies. Well, I got 2 freebies that are coordinating, which I thought was really fun and nice. Let me get back so you guys can kind of see a little bit better and don't have to have my hand as a background. So here are the 2 freebies. They're both girls on bikes, which is fun, but you have like a darker skin and a lighter skin version, and then 2 different kinds of deco that go along with it, which is fun because that way if you get more than 1 order from the shop, you're getting different kinds. So I think it's a random pull from what I'm understanding. We do not have freebies with the shop. All right, so she's been doing some fashion dolls or fashion girls, and I thought I'd pick up like 1 or 2 just to kind of see how I like it. I've not always been that big into a lot of the fashion girls. Not to say that I don't think that they're pretty and gorgeous. It's just it's not always, sometimes it's hard to match the clip art. So this is a kind of a different style, and you'll see here in a minute what I mean. So I feel like this style isn't like far off from each other, but it's a little bit different. Maybe that's just a me thing, but just want the like clip art style to kind of match each other. So this is one of the girls that I got. And I felt like pinks are always a good, I don't want to say neutral, but in the planner community, I feel like you can't go wrong with some pinks. Again, same kind of color palette with this one. But they're, like, even a little bit of these 2 girls seem kind of different in their style. Not just clothes, but I'm talking about like how they're drawn. Not overly, but just like slightly. It's probably me overanalyzing. All right, so here we have 2 collections from Fleur Paper Studio, and they're like mini-esque collections, and these are also different art styles from her, which this is not her typical like art style. These 2 collections have, I think, about 8 pages in them, if I'm not mistaken. And then this one is called Golden Tides, and then this one is called Coastal Breeze. So if you're interested, I thought this would go really well in my daily journal. I did get them on washi paper. So this was new. I don't know if she's done another collection, like small mini collection since she released these 2. But I'll go through them, and they are still in her shop currently, so you can take a look. I'll start with the Coastal Breeze. It's more of a blue colorway, and dolphins are one of my favorite animals, so I loved having the dolphin in there. And like a bit of swatch of color. The one thing about these is they don't really have a lot of florals with them, which like I'm kind of trying to experiment with a little bit in my daily journal, and trying to use like little deco or other kind of elements as well. But I love this is all cut out around, which just kind of makes it fun. And then maybe bringing in some shells, like foiled shells would be fun. Love this cluster of umbrellas there, and this tidal wave. And then this is a wreath made out of like shells. left off in. And then this girl, I love that these glasses kind of match hers. These ephemera pieces that are colored, I mention a lot. They're some of my favorites. And then like sketched objects also in a colorway are also very fun to pull in and help with layering. Another umbrella, another house, sailboat, and then this wave is going the other way, the opposite way of the other one, which I appreciate the attention to detail there. Little sea turtle. The girl, that's a fun outfit. And then the last page, page 8. And Dash of Sun had some suns. Dash of Sun had some suns that were a little bit like this, so that would be fun to pull in, that are foiled. That'd be fun to pull into this collection. Okay, so that was Coastal Breeze. And now I'm going to bring in Golden Tides, which is more of a neutral colorway. So here is this one. A little bit of like an exercise situation going on there. Another, I love that one. Palm tree, the ice cream. Girl, the necklace and her hat. I say her hat, a hat. That's like a little bit of a flat lay there. These florals are very pretty. They almost remind me of like orcas. Some of the ephemera. There's lots of like this overlapping piece here that are brush strokes. Really, that's really gorgeous and will be fun to pull in. Another layering like brushstroke piece, some more ephemera. And then the last page. So those are the two collections that I got from Fleur Paper Studio. You can use Danny15 to save 15% off if you would like to. And then you will get a freebie no matter what. And the girls are also still in her shop. She had quite a few others. Again, I'm just trying to test out the waters with fashion girls. So yeah, this is Fleur Paper Studio. This shop is Sadie Stickers. I do PR for them. My code is Danny20. This is my freebie. I'm not sure when we'll update these, but currently I have my collab that I did with Alicia with the phone frame and some deco that you could pair with it, as well as these date covers sections and then some extra journaly bits there. It's in gold foiled. Okay, so she had like a foiled sale. She's been doing that, I think it's been like every quarter. She's been trying to do a 50% off sale for her foil, and so I picked some stuff up then, and then also picked up this ripple kit, which I adore. I'm planning on using it Memorial Day weekend, which is the weekend that I am currently filming this, and I accidentally I thought I had filmed this already, and so I was like, oh, I guess I have not. So I am quickly trying to film this. There are a few sheets missing. I will show you what I've done so far in my daily journal. So this is what I've done. So there's corner torn washi, some of the smaller florals, and then this girl on the float. That's what I've started doing when I stopped and realized I have not yet filmed. So you'll see a few stickers missing. I apologize for that. So I will start with this since I'm already talking about it. When I saw this, I really enjoyed the vibe of this kit. It's a little bit different than a lot of the other ones that she has. It's kind of got some retro vibes, but also has that red, blue Memorial Day thing that I try to use. I find myself picking out Memorial Day kits that are very similar to like 4th of July, because 4th of July will come out, but I feel like you can use them interchangeably, and it's the start of summer, so I just really liked this kit for that. Okay, so here are the individual floral pieces. That's page 1. Page 2, we have the bouquets. This is in silver foil. Page 3 are some elements. Again, you see it's not exactly the same kind of like crisp vibe that I feel a lot of her deco has. I don't want to say blurry because I don't mean blurry, but it's just not as clean cut, and I'm okay with it. It's still got that watercolor. It's different and unique, and I am appreciating it. So, and just the retro vibes in general I'm feeling throughout this kit, I really appreciate. And the colors are fun. This is her edges pages, and I love the gingham in the background. She has some newspaper kind of back there. Fun different summer elements with sandals and suns and goggles, beach ball. So really excited to play with this kit for this upcoming week. This is the layering page, always one of my favorites. This girl hanging out by the pool there. Bunch of different fun elements with the pool float, the basket, beverages, the foiled and non-foiled. Some ice cream, that gingham in the background. There's a snorkel, bathing suit, another bag, another girl lounging. There is the ice cream truck, excuse me, and the pool sign. I like that the sauna one is down there. Okay, so here's one of the pieces that was missing, but you saw that I used it on the daily journal, in my daily journal. Here's that newspaper article that I was talking about before. It's some floral, the gingham, and then the different colors throughout the kit. Here are the days and dates. You get 5 weeks listed, and then some extras and a full month down there. This is the borders page. Similar elements to the layering or edges page that we saw earlier, but it's definitely meant to go this way versus some of the other options that you get. And I like that she adds in these 3 here. Here are some scenes. They're large. Box swatches. Some more layering happening. I didn't look at the weekly kit. A lot of times she'll mimic these boxes for the weekly kit into the decorative collection. Here are the swatches. Okay, so that is the decorative collection. And then here are the 2 add-ons that I got. So I got the deco page. That one has the girl taken out of it, but you have the pool, umbrella, suitcase, lounge chair, bigger floral pieces. And then here is smaller bouquets or floral deco. I had already taken out. All of this has been on washi paper. I don't think I mentioned that. And yeah, I really loved, it was kind of a different take on, it didn't scream 4th of July to me, so I thought this would, but it also gave me those red, white, and blue vibes that I tend to like to use Memorial Day. So yeah, I am really excited I picked up that one. And then here are all, you can see she's a fat chunk. I want to actually go over this part first. And I did this, I hauled this first on Instagram, so I think that's why I was like, yeah, I've already hauled this and can go ahead and use it. But it was the Instagram post that I was thinking of. Okay, so I talked about this on Instagram, and we have, these are lines. I really do appreciate Sadie stickers lines. You can get these foiled. I have them in foil, and I'll show you in a second. But I wanted to get them in black because I'm hoping to use them a little bit for lining and an easier, like I wanted a thin line and easier way to kind of mark stuff in my journal. So this is my bullet journal or decorative journal, and I used washi paper strips from Paper Trail Plans to outline my month. However, I would try to do, I think it might have been my Tombow marker to try to go through and do a line. And once I started, it was already too thick to go back through with a different one. I should have tested it out, so that was my bad. But I don't know if I have, so I'm looking in my, oh, here it is. My little cup that I have full of my materials. This is a really thin, and I forget the brand. It's an Amazon pen, but it's 0.5. So that's what I ended up using here. And that's probably what I should have done on the inside. But to like help not have any smearing, because I still think it probably would have bled into the washi paper, maybe a little bit, not as much. But anyways, to help with that, I was like, that would be nice to use these to line them. And I think I might also pick up Paper Trail Plans version too. Hers is a little bit thicker, that way I just have a different variety. But yeah, so I was thinking that would make it a lot easier to kind of outline and even do these. So that is my thoughts with this, and I can line some smaller boxes too. So here's another thing I could have done on the inside. I wanted to do a more organic one, so I hand did all of that, and I like the way that turned out. But if you're looking for the foiled version, here is an example of the foiled version there. So it's super thin, pretty foiled. I also did an outline on the outside here, so you can see that that's foiled as well. So yeah, that is kind of my intention with you trying to use these. So it's the only, well, I shouldn't say that. It is not the only non-foiled item that I picked up. I did pick up a few more because with some of my journaling, I am finding that I want some non-foiled stuff too. So anyways, I don't think I need this anymore because everything else is on transparent matte. I picked up her journaling. I've been using a lot of rose gold journaling in my journal. Sorry, not journaling. I'm using a lot of rose gold so far in my decorative or bullet journal. And so I felt like I needed to pick up another one of these. So I only got rose gold in that one. This is one of my favorites from her shop, period. I love this element here, the floral element. So I picked them up in all three. I have been using these up. I probably should have picked up another one of these, but I always hate this feeling of like, well, there's only 4 on a page, and I get nervous using them up. So it's like, just go ahead and buy another one so you're not stressed about using them up. Because I hate going for a like sticker that I have in my head and going and reaching for it and being like, dang it, I don't have that sticker anymore. So it stresses me out. It's a weird stress. I also picked it up in the non-foiled to have it as an option for my bullet journal and or daily journal. But those are really fun to do, like putting scenes behind them. I think that's a very fun application. Let me see, like putting this scene behind it, that would be kind of fun to, and putting some foiled elements further behind. That is kind of, I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, that's kind of my intention with those. Okay, I picked up the mini letters. These are really tiny. Let me pull out this. So I think you can fit about 8 in there. So obviously these are spread out a little bit more, separated out a little bit more, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 that can fit. So I'm fairly confident that you can get 8 in there that when they're smushed a little bit closer together. Now, granted, it would go the whole like width of the column, but so it just depends on what you're trying to spell out. You could do like an arch. If you do that, you might want to like use a thing to kind of give you a line, and or use the backings on washi paper and try to kind of use that to guide your line if you're doing that and you want it to be more lined up, I guess is the word I'm trying to look for. So anyways, I wanted to pick those up because I had not done so yet. The width of this column is 1.5 in case you didn't know. So if you're looking for comparison for whatever journal or daily planner you're using, that is what the column is. Okay. I picked up these two in gold, sorry, not gold, rose gold and silver because I am only currently am able to think of rose gold and silver that I have picked like rain kits up. So I thought that I didn't need, I was trying to show some restraint, and so I only picked it up in those two foil colors. And then most of the rest of this, I'm fairly confident, is summer related stuff. So very much thinking about my daily journal coming up. And so some of it is a little bit more journaly, or just add a little bit of extra like foil to some of these. Some of the collections that I get don't have as much foil elements to them. So this is a way to bring some of that foil in. And very quickly, because a lot of my daily journal, I try as hard as I can to not spend as much time. I was at the beginning, some of the, I will say, some of the spreads that I put out, I do spend more time on just because I'm like, oh, this is a special week or special kit, and I take a little bit more time. But others, I'm just like, I need to set it down. I need to not spend so much time so I can spend some of my other time doing other things. Like other planning stuff. So anyways, this is her shell journaling script. I really like this version. She has had one, I don't think I have it off to the side. If I do, I will bring it in. Okay, I just so happen to have one off to the side. So this is the typical one that I think we're used to seeing. So this is journaling script. I'm sorry, scraps. I keep seeing the part and I'm thinking it's script, and it's not the same spelling at all. Anyways, this is what she usually has. So you have about 7 stickers here. And so this is providing you with a lot more on a page. So I am really, what she has been doing is kind of replacing one of the elements to make it seasonal. So I think florals are anytime, but there was a coffee stained one, like literal just coffee all over the place stained one. She had, I feel like there was a Halloween one, there was a snowflake one, there was a leaf one, there was pumpkin one. So she's changed it up seasonally. So this might be the new version that we're getting. I don't know. She hasn't informed the PR team at all, but I'm thinking this might be the new version, and I actually think this is so like great, and I love it, the update, because that way I feel okay having this one and this one. Always happy to give myself a reason to have more stickers, but this one has, there's 5 here, 4 here, so 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12, and then you're getting like 2 of this style and 2 of that style, it looks like. So there, it's just kind of nice to have Yeah, this one and this one are the same. This one's a little bit smaller. These two are the same. So you're getting duplicates on here. And I like that. And these two are the same. Some of them are different sizings. So, and these two are the same. So you're getting 2 of each on here. I don't think there was one that I didn't see that didn't have a pair. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. I'm really overanalyzing this. But yeah, so that I'm really liking that you're getting more than one. And just, I think it's make the collage or layering that she's doing for you makes these one of my favorite go-to things for my daily journal, because again, I'm just trying to make it quick. So anyways, can't say enough good things. I'm excited to see more of her seasonal versions of those. Okay, so here is shells. She jammed packed these. Loving the fullness of all of these. And the other thing throughout these stickers, one of my things that I always look for in stickers is kind of like dainty lines or sketched, drawn items, deco, so that it has more white space in between so I can layer. It helps with layering, in my opinion. So I really appreciate this and the different sizes that we're getting. Really like that one. Same with this. This is the sea creatures, and it's the same kind of deal where you're getting lots of options and sizing. The sketch edges, there's even some shells within this one. And then here's a sea creatures scraps version that is kind of similar to the shell one that we got. Okay, so these birds, y'all, these I am adoring. They are more realistic than a lot of them. I like the different sizing. So if you have those other kind of bird or seagull foiled deco, they're more like the classic one that we always draw, the like V, like they kind of like this. That bird, those could be more distance, so in the background, like further away, and then you could do one where you're layering these closer so that it looks more, it's just providing what is that, depth to your spread when you have one that looks smaller in the background and then one of these, so like up closer, it makes it look that way, appear that way, because they're bigger and more, there's more detail to these. So again, also having that white see-through. I really like these. And I also like that there's some that are seated. So if you have like a sand scene, you can put those on, like down on the sand. If you have the piers, I've seen a lot of piers so far this season. So you can put them on like on a pier. Anyways, I really am enjoying those. These are beach structures, so different kinds of beach structures. So this one kind of looks more like a shack. This one looks kind of like a lifeguard stand to me, or this one. Yeah, that's the same one, sorry. And then the other ones kind of look like beach houses. So they can all be used differently. Love these girls. Ooh, I definitely need to pull this one into my Ripples collection with the floaties. Love that these are inverted. This one I don't think really matters whether it's inverted or not, besides like her hand. Yeah, so they are. She provided inverted ones for you, or flipped. Okay, this one is so fun. I love these little scenes. I would love if she had some bigger versions. I did ask on Instagram, and there are a few people that said that they would like it too. Because depending upon what you're creating, like it'd be fun to have a bigger version of that or this. But I love that whale, the lighthouse, boats. All of these are so fun for any of your beach kits that you have. So here's some piers. Obviously, you would put that seagull, perspective-wise, that seagull would be like towering over. It would be this huge seagull in the middle of that. So you're not going to put that one with it. But I've seen a couple of non-foiled, bigger deco peers out there in the community. So keep an eye out for those if you want to use those. These, I have always loved this, and I actually created my own without the sun, so it would look just like water and ripples in the water. And I've done it so that it's like all the bottom washy, and I've always loved that sticker. And this one's fun too, just the reflection off the water. Here is some anchors, and I love these versions. A long time ago, the anchors that came out were solid, and I've just mentioned my preference already, but I really just like the sketched versions and white space that these provide. And then lastly, I have these stamps. These aren't necessarily super summer specific. They are more like travel, and there have been a lot of traveling collections out, and I love it and felt like this is great to have just to add some journaling elements to a lot of those collections. Okay, so that is going to do it for me for Sadie stickers. I say that, but you never know. I might be getting more in soon. I think I did put on an order soon. I don't know if it'll be in this haul or the next haul, but if you are interested, you can use Danny20 to save 20% off. Alicia, like, she is the most consistent girl, and I'm like, girl, take a break. She every Tuesday basically has a release that comes out with 2 new collections at least, decorative and kit collections, along with some foiled elements. And she's been doubling up with doing journaling, like more, I think it's called junk journaling, like style. She's been doing mini kits too. So there's been some mini collections, some junk journaling stuff. And it's just kind of fun that she's been able to kind of hit all genres of our community, and I really appreciate it. She also has recently started a storefront in Atlanta, so if you're around, I think it's called the Stationery Wall. If I remember, I'll put it up on the screen. And she had like a grand opening just, I think, last weekend. So if you are in the Atlanta area, make sure you go and check her out. But again, here's my freebie, and the shop is Sadie Stickers. Here we have Sadie Stickers. This is the second Sadie Stickers order that I have in this haul, but I will put them together so that they are back to back. And this is mostly just foil. I was realizing I needed to pick up some foil items from her as I am going through spring and summer. The last one that I had was more of summer, and I realized there was still some spring stuff that I needed. There's a little bit of summer as well, and then things that I'm kind of running out of using it through spring. So this is kind of a refresh, or what's the word I'm looking for? Restock, that's the word. Restock, and a little bit of items that I had not picked up yet before they go out of her shop. She does things seasonally and keeps them up a lot longer than a few years ago. She used to do $2 Tuesdays and only keep them up for like a week. Now she keeps them up longer, and like the price goes up after the first week. However, the sizing is different. They all used to be on what we used to call the $2 Tuesday sheets, which are normally about the size of the freebie, which is here. So $2 Tuesdays used to be mostly on this size. Now they are quarter sheets and third sheets. So you're getting more bang for your buck, and they're staying up longer. However, she does it, I was mentioning earlier, seasonally. So normally she'll keep up like 2 to 3 seasons of foiled items in the shop, and then retires the latest one. So for instance, if we are going January, February, or sorry, let's do winter, not months. So if she has winter currently in her shop, spring and summer in her shop, she doesn't have fall, but we're getting ready to move into fall. So winter will start retiring, if that makes sense. So I just like to try to stay ahead of it if I can. And then as I'm going through items too, I'm trying to restock things that I'm missing so that I'll have it for the next season. So as far as my daily journal goes, I am staying current, and I will say, just slightly behind in my bullet journal. And just wherever I'm at in my daily journal, memory, or not daily journal, excuse me, memory planner, I am working on 2024, a little bit of 2023 and 2024. I'm not doing 2025 in a memory planner this year, just because I'm trying to do the two other things and then catch up on all of the sticker collections that I already have. I was like, I can't keep buying sticker collections and then not doing memory planning. So I'm trying to even out and catch up, so to say. But I still get to get pretty stickers and do that in my bullet journal and daily journal. So that's exciting. Anyways, that was a really long intro, and thank you for listening. So here we are. I will start with the quarter sheets. There are some quarter sheets that match the third sheet, so when that happens, I will probably pull those in as well, just so that you guys know. All of this is on transparent matte. I did get, these are called bird branches, so if you can kind of see, I got these in the 3 different colors. So these are matching, and they are, so these two are mirrored image, or not mirrored, excuse me, they are like rotated. So they are all this side, left-sided, and then these will be all right-sided. So she matched that. So you get 4 of those kinds. And then you are getting more of these just because they fit better and they're more like a divider. So she has them going every other way. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 facing on the right, towards the right, and then 4 facing towards the left. Right? 1, 2, 3. Oh no, 3 facing towards the left. So you get 7 of those. And these are still in our shop. These are ropes, so they kind of remind me a little bit of, so they're nets and ropes. So I think the idea is for it to go with boat theme items. However, you could also do it with a cowboy or cowgirl. And she did do like a Western themed mystery not too long ago that was a little bit more Western-esque with, I feel like it was Arizona type or Utah. And we are planning on going to a trip to Zion National Park this summer, so I am excited to use that and pull that one in. But yeah, so here are these items. There's the nets, like fishing nets, and then ropes, and these. And she had different dividers in as well that are more rope that I have from previous years that I could pull in as well. These are compasses. I did pick one up in black so that I could use it in my journal. I mean, I can use the foiled in the journal too, but thought that would be nice to pick up in that. So there's some little and some bigs. All right, you're going to notice that I do not have the gold in here, which I did pick it up. I was just using it in my daily journal because I have a very big strawberry theme going on. I ordered from 3 different shops, strawberry themed items, and I am loving how much I am getting to mix and match from the 3 different shops. So pulled in that silver or that gold one for that, and as well as this one. So these are just like strawberries. And there are littles and bigs and rounds and more like strawberry. I feel like that's a more classic strawberry shape. So there's that. And then here are some bunches with some of the florals. Again, missing the gold because I pulled her out. And then I did only pick up the lemon one in gold because that was the only color that I have for a kit. I was purposely selecting it for the kit. And I did get arches in the 3 colorways as foils, and then also in black. I'm hoping that maybe one day she'll come out with bigger arches in like the 3rd size sheet, just because it's a little bit easier to put scenes and stuff behind them. But you're getting a great variety. So there's like 4 different kinds of arches, and then you're getting those 4 in the smaller version as well. And then here is the bird cages and the 3 different foil colors. I have been using these, and I really like to layer these on top of other things. Like by other things, I mean like scenes or with alcohol ink swatches behind them. And I did pick them up in the third. She did have big versions of these, and I got them in the 3 foil colors plus the black. And I just like the larger sizing. And sometimes if I'm feeling really like, I don't want to say crafty because it's not necessarily crafty, but like detail oriented, I will trim these down so that you can see even more, and or kind of weave in and out some of the, like if I put florals behind it, I can weave some of the florals through. So that is if I'm feeling very detail oriented and really want to make that pop that probably nobody else notices except for me. So those are the bird cages. And then the last thing that I got from her this time around was the leis. And I felt like these, yes, they're very summer, but I also felt like some of the vines and whatnot could be used during different times of the year. So it's just kind of a nice to have version of these long dividers, and with it, my daily journal and bullet journal, being able to kind of use some foil accents like these are really nice. All right, that is it from Sadie Stickers as far as the 2 orders that I placed. So if you are interested in any of this stuff, you can use Danny20 to save 20% off. And you did see my freebie. Sorry, I did put it away, but you did see my freebie earlier. It is in gold, and I don't know when we're going to update, but here is my current freebie. And yeah, I love Sadie Stickers. She's got like great basics, and is really coming out with a lot of unique journaling items too. So she's kind of hitting all different kinds of planners and journalers right now, which is, she's just always on it like that, which is really nice. And yeah, that's it for me from Sadie Stickers. Next is Dash of Sun. This is a Canadian-based shop. She is super creative, Chelsea, the owner, and has 2 sweet little boys that are around, well, her 2 boys are around I think my youngest son is in between her 2 boys. And so it's been fun to kind of chat with her about how crazy boys can be. I do PR for her. My code is Danny20 to save 20% off, and this is my current freebie. And if you are like interested in these florals on the edges, she has full sheets of them, and in my last haul, I kind of showed my idea and intention for them. So if you're interested in seeing what my idea is, you can go to my April haul, and you can skip ahead to the Dash of Sun section, and you see what my intention is with these. It's really fun, and I'm glad that she kind of saw my vision and went with it. So yeah, but if you're wanting to just test them out and see how you like them, you can get my freebie. This is her freebie that she put in all orders. It is on Premium Matte. I am interested. It doesn't go with this kit collection. However, it is still very stunning, and I am thinking maybe it will go with some other collections that I have thought about getting for the summer. And if I am doing that, I need to put that order in quick. Okay, so I have some foiled stuff and then some kit collection that I'm very excited to show you guys. So I will go over the foiled stuff for now. And there are some foiled things in here that kind of go with the collection, the kit collection that I got. So I might talk about that when we get there. Okay, so she usually does these cute little kids. She's done it for the winter. I think she did in the fall. She did some school kids, and so she did it in the winter, and then she did some spring stuff, and then here's some kids in the sand and splashing in the water, bike, ice cream, and I usually pick up the boy version because I have 2 little boys, and this fits them. So I got them in the 3 different foil colors. She offers gold, rose gold, and silver in her shop. Then I also picked up these lights, which are really fun and will go kind of nicely with the collection. And then she has like third sheets of, well, I guess they're like bottom washi. And the amazing thing that Chelsea does is that she does full length washi. Like, so it goes the full length of the A5 wide. So it goes from one end to the next. And if you're using a bullet journal, then it goes longer than that too. So it's really nice. And you, even if you wanted to do it on the side, it's pretty close on the side of a journal. A5 is what I'm talking about. B6, it definitely goes. So love these. Love that she's offering them in the full length. And they go obviously with these as well. And then I have these three, which came with the collection. And this, the collection, it comes in rose gold. So I'll put that one on top so you can see that one more clearly. But there's some more of the lights. She put some grass, sprinkler. And look at that tree. This is a whole scene. I love when shops are doing these whole scenes. There's like croquette, and she almost created her own scene here. So they're like, these are all individual grass bits, and then the tree is separate. But here, this is all one here. But isn't, like, that's so fun that she kind of created her own scene there with that, like somebody's poking out behind the tree. The flamingo pool, there is a sparkler, and then that's that sun that I was talking about from the Fleur Paper Studio. And that might be fun to pull that one in there. I say there because it was yellow and I'm like, gold and yellow. But yeah, I could do any of those. I could do silver or rose gold. She does have full sheets of these too. So I feel like I had it in an order that I placed just recently, and I should be getting that one in soon. And then I usually get her quote page just because it's like, just because it goes with this kit doesn't mean that you can't do it with any kit, right? So that's why I get it in all the colors. But this kit collection, while it's not super intended to be a 4th of July collection, it very much gives vibes of like a 4th of July party in your backyard or just having fun in the backyard. And I think that's just really, really cool. And it also going to be for like their Canadian Day, because she's Canadian. And is it Canadian or Canada Day? Canadian? Canada? Oh my God, Chelsea, if you're watching this, or anybody else from Canada, please let me know. Correct me. And then 4th of July. So that was kind of her intention, is I could kind of be summer holiday themed. All right, so here is Hello Sunshine, Patio Party Vibes, Sun, Yard Games in Sunshine, Chase the Sun, Backyard, Soak Up the Sun, Life's Better with Water Balloons, Seasoned with Sunshine. So many cute little quotes. Make a splash. And then what I appreciate is that she's also including lots of little deco in between, because you can't fit all of those quotes in, like there'd be space. So I love that little girl on that swing. Super cute. So I appreciate that she filled it to the max. And then the last one I only got in the foil color of the kit, because I liked some of these items over on the side. There's that sun again. So I just picked it up in the rose gold so that I could have it for the kit collection. Okay. I got everything in washi paper. There might have been only one thing that I got in transparent matte, and that would be alcohol ink swatches, just because I do prefer sorry, that was my chair. It's adjusting, sitting up a little bit more. I do prefer my alcohol ink swatches to be in transparent matte, just because I like to layer them. So it helps with layering because while transparent, or while washi paper is like see-through, it's not as transparent, and layering is not as, it doesn't come off as crisp as it does with transparent matte. So my preference is usually to get alcohol ink in transparent and then the rest of the kit in washi paper. All right, so here are the colors. While I have the transparent matte out, I will continue to show you. And she has different alcohol ink swatches than a lot of others that I feel like are out there, so that's fun. This is her full boxes, and what I love about the full boxes is that they are different than the scenes that she has in the decorative collection. So here we have that sun and somebody playing, what's that called? I know that's called a birdie. Backgammon? Maybe. There's some of those lights, an umbrella, a little beach. These three have that fun alcohol ink swatch background. I say alcohol ink because I know that she has that pattern for her alcohol ink swatch. So that'll be fun to pull that in and tie them together. This says splash, sizzle, repeat. I love the tracing in the florals. An ice cream bar. The grill with the smoke. Water balloons in the sprinkler, and then the pool scene. So she has two pool scenes, and then like lots of backyard stuff, which is really fun. And then her lace dividers down at the bottom. Here is her bottom washi lace. So there's 3 different ones here. And then there's different size florals, balloons. I love that she's included all the colors. And then the lights, which if you didn't know, Saucy Stickers Co. did come out with some lights that are like this. So if you are interested in using that, make sure you maybe pull those in too, because you can order them from her shop. All right, so here's, I love this sheet so much. This is her bottom washi, or just washi sampler, excuse me. So there's florals, there's 2 brushstroke strips that have that stripe, that pink and pinkish red and white stripes. These garland with the polka dots, I love. And then this is like the edge of a picnic table. This is so fun, and I've been thinking my plan is to use this in my bullet journal for July. And one of the things I'm debating doing is, I'm currently working on March. Like I said, I'm a little bit behind in my bullet journal. Just a smidge, it's June, it's fine. So I've done this kind of Dutch door where it's up at the, like, top down kind of situation. So we're starting at the top, but I was thinking, wouldn't it be fun to play this as like the bottom, like you're doing some kind of bottom situation. So I haven't, so that it's kind of like at the edge, or maybe I could do like a cut, like this, but maybe move it up a little bit so that it's top and bottom, and then do like around the edge. So it's kind of like the whole thing has, like, it's almost like a table, if that makes sense what I'm trying to say. That might be really fun to make kind of a table out of it. But yeah, so that's one idea that I'm having with this fun little washi, bottom washi, is to create like a little table scene. And you have this too. So it doesn't exactly match. So maybe I will see if I can find something that has that bigger gingham. But yeah, so that's kind of my idea. Very excited about that. Here's some of her larger deco with the lights, some bigger florals, the big Jenga, tiki. I love that yellow is pulled in, the polka dots there, and then these 2 girls. This is her floral page. These are like small, medium sized. I love the shape of this one, and she has them on either side. It's kind of nice to have just really appreciate, and this is one of the things I look at when I'm looking at florals, is the flow of the floral. So if there's some that kind of do almost like a C shape so they can curve around, I love when, so like here is kind of the C shape that I'm looking for, and then on the back side there's some that like flow up. It just kind of makes it easier to put on a corner of an item. A box in particular is what I'm thinking. Okay, so here is this washi paper with the stripes, and then the other washi that I got was this gingham. Okay, so like I mentioned, am planning on using this in my bullet journal. So these scenes are all different than the ones that were in her full boxes page, which I really appreciate. And then I'm loving all of the foil detail in that one. Like, it's crazy. Like, that's just really gorgeous. And the flames coming off of the grill, and the little kids playing in the backyard, that pool scene, and then the dog with the frisbee. Here is her composition, and I love that she is pulling in some of the gingham in the back and then foiled it, and then also here with like the pump is, I don't know, I think that's really funny and cute and like a clever idea. So there's a stack of inflatable inner tubes that says Summer Bash, lemonade bar or stand. Love these lanterns. Again, the colors, so like while there is red, white, and blue, there's also like some other colors to pull in as well. So I find that really kind of fun, and just, I don't know, I'm really enjoying the play on these. And then I showed this on Instagram, but I was astonished. These little splashes are, not all of them, but some of them are individual. Like, I'm afraid I'm not even going to be able to like get that on the page like in the right way. Like, I am seriously, like, that is very fine detailing. Okay, more of those tiki torches, a condiment cart, some drinks, and the little pool with the duckies. Oh, those lanterns too, really fun. This is her stamps and frames. This one seems new to me, and then that little thing in the middle is cut out. So this whole thing is actually cut out. So you can pull this up and do some kind of scene behind it, and then lay that play button down on top. So that would be cool to do that. Melting popsicles. Some more of that gingham behind, but I like that it's also the stamp, so that's cool. And I love her frames, and these are cut out here so that you can do some fun layering there. I got 2 pages of the florals because 1, they're foiled, which I really like and think is fun, and 2, they're larger, which makes it nice when I'm adding it into my bullet journal to have some of the larger pieces in comparison to those like medium sized ones that was that full page. I really like Chelsea's Doyle's. I don't know, this one is definitely one of my favorites. Here are corners. Sometimes I wish I could get 2 of these, but I can do it. This one, the reason I think what is my saving grace with her is that you end up getting 8 corner ones. Now, yes, 2 of them are usually a little bit smaller, but at least you get the option of having 8. And she usually has a good variety in here. So there's usually at least 4 that are pretty large, 2 that are medium, and then 2 that are smaller. So it's a pretty good sizing. And then I did pick up 2 of these because if I do some Dutch doors or whatnot, then I like these are mirrored imaged. So I'll play them back to back, and sometimes I'll need, so this would do just 1 page, and if I'm doing symmetry, like needing another page, so more than 1 page to do the floral Dutch door, then I like to have at least, so I need 4 in order to do that, is what I'm trying to say. But I'm not saying it very simply. Okay, so that is Dash of Sun. Again, I love her shop so much. She's got so much creativity and usually has this like amazing story behind what she was thinking when doing a collection. And I love when she gets on Instagram and tells about the story that she had in her head. It just kind of makes the collections a little bit more unique and special if you hear the shop owners' reasoning behind why they did certain things. I just really love when shop owners are able to do that and provide that information for us. So if you haven't already gone and followed Chelsea on Instagram, please make sure you do Dash of Sun. And if you are interested in any of this, you can use Danny10 to save 10% off. And you can put my name in the note to get my freebie, especially if you want to try out the corners and you're not sure you want to buy a whole sheet of them. Yeah, so that is Dash of Sun. Okay, so here is Dash of Sun again. This is, I'm filming this a few days later because I got this in the mail and I wanted to film it before we left for our trip. And I apologize because you're gonna see my band-aid. I was cutting and like cutting board and I really got my finger. So to save everybody the gore, I have a nice band-aid over top of it. So if you see that, I apologize. Okay, so here is Dash of Sun. I'm gonna quickly go through this like beginning part because you guys have already seen this. And again, my freebie, Danny10 to save 10% off. And then this is the same freebie that I got in the other order. Okay, I had mentioned these suns, so I'm really glad that they came so that way you can see what I was talking about in the previous story, or not stories, and so I'm on Instagram, sorry, in the previous like parts of the video. But I really like these because they offer, well, one, there's like 3 different sizes. So there's the small, medium, and large. They also have like more spacing between, so it's really nice to layer on top of other things so that the image behind can kind of shine through. These are on transparent matte, which makes that a little bit easier, especially if you have one of these tools to help like push it down. I know that a lot of us may know that trick for alcohol ink swatches and such. By pushing it down, it creates more saturation for the alcohol ink, but I'm also finding that when you use it on foiled items, especially in the more white space, you can really see through and get more vibrant color payoff from underneath, and the sticker kind of melds more in, the transparent matte melds more into the whatever you're layering it on top of. So anyways, I got it in all 3 foil colors. I'm very happy to have those in my collection. And then I am planning on using Dash of Sun for my April bullet journal. And so I picked up a few more things because I wasn't really sure what I was using for April. And then I just was like looking through my collection. I was like, this one makes perfect sense. April showers bring May flowers. So this is going to be a perfect collection for my April bullet journal. And this is called Chasing Rainbows full box. Oh, sorry. Chasing Rainbows. This is the full boxes. And that's one of the nice things about Chelsea's shop is that you can pick these items up individually. So if you are somebody that likes the weekly kits, but maybe you like the full boxes, because that's one of the reasons why I picked up these full boxes. Her full boxes are different than the decorative collection. So I wanted to pick them up, and you can kind of like cut them up the way that you would like if you are, or layer other items on top of it. And also I was thinking it would be nice because then I can also use a lot of, not a lot, but like some of the other items that I've gotten before too, like these full box liners and whatnot into my bullet journal. So anyways, all right, let's go over this. So here's the house with some rain falling down. So she has actual like images of the rain and then foiled rain. And I love the detail of the drips coming off of the house and that light. And then you have this beautiful girl walking through the rain. And I really love her rainbow umbrella. And then there is this floral box with her. Chelsea does a really good job with textures, and so this is adding texture to the background. Bikes, love bikes. That rainbow, and then the puddles down at the bottom are really fun. Then we have this quote box that says, "You can't have rainbows without the rain." And I love the like rainbow in the background with, she put the clothespins on there too. And then this box I feel like is quintessential rainy day where you have like, you want to stay inside, cozy up with maybe your animal or a loved one and snuggle up. And then I see the window is open and you can see the curtain is kind of breezing, like blowing in the breeze. And I kind of love this, especially I don't mind like sitting in my cozy, comfy outfit watching the rain. So that's fun. And then we have this down here with the music notes in the background, and it says skies are blue, which is like from the song. So and then here is the foiled florals. Okay, I'm hoping that this is not choppy. However, my son is refusing to take a nap and he keeps coming in and out. So I apologize if this is choppy. Here is a paper boat, and it looks like it's caught in like a puddle, and the rings around are really fun. And then here is like a row of houses, also like rainbow color-esque, which is fun. And then I think of like a rickshaw, but I don't know if that's exactly what this is called, but where there's a bike and like a carriage in the back, and you have this cloud. So those are the full boxes. Oh, with the lace at the bottom, there's 9 of those. So that is the full boxes. I got the florals and washi paper as well. These were the like smaller versions. I tend to prefer like the medium to larger size when I'm doing them in my bullet journal, but this is nice to have in there as well. Here is the rainbow washi, and it's the full length, which I super, super, super appreciate that she provides a full length for us. Just love that. So thank you, Chelsea. And it goes all the way to the edge too. So there's really only one cut line on here, which I think is really nice. And here is the denim. I actually already have these two, but I feel like it's not going to be a bad choice to have extra, especially the denim, because that is a unique color. Or like a washi. I don't have anything else as denim, but the rainbows, like you can always pull in alcohol ink from other collections too, so that's why I was, but I don't know, I just really like that washi, the rainbow washi. I got 2 of these, so from my other collection that I already had bought, this will make it 3 different sheets, so that'll give me 12 bouquets and 12 edges, because each page has 4 of the bouquets and then 4 edges. So I can do math. 3 times 4 is 12. Sometimes I can do math, but not always. Here is the bottom washi. This is another page that I picked up for the second time. So if I do Dutch doors, this makes it easier to complete Dutch doors, having 4. I'm starting to get better at knowing what I like. I've done 3 in my bullet journal, 3 like layouts, so January, February, and March. So I know like things that I like a lot in my bullet journal are a lot of deco, medium to large size florals. I do like the edge bouquets, or like to do Dutch doors with. And I'm noticing that I like symmetry too. So those are some things that I'm noticing. Deco is kind of big, and like I like the collages that a lot of shops with layering that they do, but I also really noticed that I like smaller individual pieces so I can create my own layering and fill in little gaps that I feel like need to be filled in. And additionally, I am also really enjoying when shops offer some kind of foiled deco to go along with it. In this case, she's offering the quotes and then also another, usually Chelsea actually has 3 pages that she'll do, which I very much appreciate. So this is the quotes page and then the deco page. So we have rainy skies, raindrop melodies, dancing in the rain of positivity. Rainy rainbow mood, you're the rainbow, soft rain, golden light, and a pastel rainbow, nature's aesthetic. Let it rain, let it pour, let me stay in bed just a little more. That would go great with that one bedroom scene. Pitter patter, that's so cute. Okay, and then this one with the deco, you got some clouds, some puddles with the rings, lots of different clusters of raindrops. This cute little scene here, like brushstroke almost rainbow, and this cafe scene. Lots of very cute elements in that one. And that's going to do it for what I picked up this time from Dash of Sun. I know I've already said it, but if you are interested, please be sure to put my name in the notes to Chelsea for my freebie and use Danny10 to save it 10% off, because everybody loves to save a little money, right guys? All right, that'll do it now from Dash of Sun. This shop is Paper Trail Plans, another one of my absolute favorite shops. They just love their creativity. It's a mom and daughter shop, and just from the get-go, like when they first started, I fell in love with their stuff. I really love how they, I don't know, it's probably really nice to have a mom and daughter team where you can bounce ideas off of each other. So they're both so creative, and I am very thankful for them and their shop and all that they do for the community. So there are 2 collections here. I wasn't sure if I wanted to pick up their, I never remember now what month it was that they released it, but this is the Enchanted kit, and then I loved their Dulce Vita collection, and so that one's thick. And I actually, you'll see later, but I am pairing this one with the Saucy Stickers Co. collection, and I have another order coming hopefully this week, and maybe I'll be able to like squeeze it in, and you'll know before I know probably, or you'll see I guess before whether I'm able to fit it into this one. But anyways, where I picked up some more items, because I think what I'm gonna do for this collection, sorry, I can, like, it doesn't need to be this big mystery behind these envelopes, but just, these are very cute envelopes. So anyways, so the Enchanted collection, I am thinking of doing just like a single spread in my, not basing it off of a month, but doing kind of like a fun nod to my husband, my son, my 2 sons' birthdays, or maybe even my birthday, like just kind of making a fun birthday themed section in my planner or in my bullet journal, and using the Enchanted collection from Paper Trail Plans, and then it's also called Enchanted from Saucy Stickers Co. Enchanted Celebration, sorry, from Saucy Stickers Co. It's a little, like this one from Paper Trail Plans is a little bit more muted than the Enchanted one from Saucy Stickers Co. But I think, depending upon how, like, I think I'm going to be able to make it work, but we can look at that together in a little bit. But let me go ahead and get into it because there is a lot, especially in this collection. So look for more coming from this one. As far as like, I'm picking up a few more things because I decided to do this a little bit later. And then this one I will go over next. So I will go over this one very quickly because I think I'm probably going to end up comparing it a lot to the Enchanted one when I get to the Enchanted collection. This is mostly on washi paper. I mentioned I PR, maybe I didn't. I PR for this shop. This is my freebie. It is Danny 15 to get my freebie, and then also I have it because the two, but it used to be in rose gold, but now it's actually in gold, and I think I also there's a light gold option as well. So you can't ask for them, but we did ask, or she did ask if we wanted to change the color. So this used to be the color and now it's gold. Sorry, that's a lot of introduction for my freebie and I didn't mean to. This was the freebie that you could have gotten for the collection. If you are subscribed to their emails, you can get freebies by answering a question. So at the end of the email, after you've read through everything, then they normally have a question, and if you answer the question in the notes to seller, then you get one of their freebies. And this one's a really cool one because it actually comes with 2 extra full boxes, but it's also, because they're like cut out in the middle, but it's also a film strip. So like a really large film strip, but that's really, oh, I'm ripping it. A really large film strip. So that's a very fun freebie and creative. Like I said, they're just so creative. I love their creativity. All right, so that's a freebie. This is the foil that you could have gotten and you still can. So it's not like it's gone forever. But I love this here. And they did have, but I don't know if they still have in the shop, this kind of like sparkly dust situation. This is another shop that does a really good job of filling in the spaces of their quote page. So you get all these little sparkles. They have the dandelions, some other florals, mushrooms, which obviously I also think of when I think of fairies. So just a girl growing her fairy wings. There's magic in everything. Fight for your fairy tale. Fairy dust enchantment. She was magic. She was magical. Her pockets full of fairy dust. Into the forest I go to lose my mind and find my soul. Some of this, like I've seen that quote on a tree, like a forest themed or woodland themed one too. So some of those could go with some different stuff. Oh, here is the spring freebie. Sorry. I forgot that this comes with all orders, which is just super nice because you're getting all of these lovely foiled elements and then some of their words like Easter and Memorial Day, like holiday type stuff. And then another little quote in the springtime, the heart regrows hope. They're really good with their quotes. Okay, so here I mostly got everything on transparent matte. And one of my favorite things about their decorative collections, and I think as I'm getting more into my bullet journal, I'm noticing that my preference is to have a lot of deco included, and they usually have 8 deco, like this size, 8 sheets of just deco, and then there's like 4 sheets of florals, and then they've redesigned their last collection, which was Wild. They have narrowed down some of their more functional pages, so they kind of got rid of the one that has let me see if I can find it. I might not be in this one. I'll have to probably show you in the Dolce Vita one. Dolce Vita? I'm gonna say that wrong every single time, but I'll show you when we get there. But they've kind of narrowed that one down, and I just love all the deco because I'm finding I like doing some of my own layering, and just, yeah, I'm really finding the amount of deco they put in all of their collection for my bullet journal is just exactly what I feel most comfortable with. Because as I've gone through and used some others, I am feeling like, oh, I wish I had more deco of this or that, and it's just kind of really I'm not searching as much when I have their collection for deco. So just have all the options with theirs. I love this. Like, I'm a big fan of tree houses, like a super big fan of tree houses. So that is one of the reasons, or like little secret passageways or like little nooks like this. I've always been a fan. I told my husband actually earlier today, I was like, when we finally get our own house, I want to have all these secret passageways, because I've been watching this guy on Instagram and he's like turned his house, and it's like a regular house. It's not like an old timey house. Like, he's turned his house into this cool, I don't want to say playground, but essentially like adult playground where they have lots of different passageways and secret entrances. And it's just kind of like, I want that in my life. Anyways, this scene here is gorgeous, stunning. I love this so much. Love all the lanterns. Look at that. Like, that's super fun. And then this is stunning. How she layered that. So gorgeous. I also like that this film strip is a different color than the freebie film strip. And then some more deco. This is page 5 of deco. And while, like, they're not, like, there's different sizes too. And I think that's one of the things that it makes it really, really nice. And so, like, we have some little stuff in there, which that adds to me layering. So I can layer that on top of this over here, or just, I don't know, it really makes it super nice. And then this is even larger. They just do a really wonderful job, and I get very excited to play with their collections. Gorgeous. And here's like another one where she's done all the layering for you. Makes it a little bit nicer. But see how there's little itty bitty deco in here, so that makes it fun. Like, I can do that myself with some of these littler pieces. Oh my gosh, I just had this thought of like having that mouse there to like make it look like she's walking across the bridge. Super cute. Oh my god, this page. I saw this page and I almost picked up 2 with all the lanterns. It's so pretty. I love all those lanterns. This is another page I love. And the lights from Saucy Sticker Co would go great with this collection too. These two, I love those scenes so much. Cute little house. Okay, so that was page 8. That was page 8 of deco, just like deco alone. So that first section that I just showed you, that was all just deco, guys. All right, now here's florals. So these are like medium size, large to medium. And then adding in those. And I actually, over here, I have a sheet, I think it's from Saucy Sticker Co of, yes, from these butterflies, which would go so well with this collection too. So I'm excited to pull that in as well. These edges. Again, I'm probably gonna regret, #regret that I didn't pick up another set. But I don't know, this will be a different kind of layout. Because I'm using it more as a birthday, so it's not gonna be my like typical 4-page bullet journal layout. In fact, I don't know how many pages it's gonna be, so I could be fine and over exaggerating on how many florals I need. This is the edges, or the not edges, washi paper strip. And then this was a newer sheet. This is the layering ephemera sheet, which I did get in transparent matte because I think these pieces here are going to be better transparent matte because of the way you can press them down. And with them being on washi paper, you wouldn't be able to see through those more open spaces there. So that's why I got this stuff on transparent matte. And like I mentioned earlier, I've been getting alcohol ink on transparent as well. Love these colors. It's definitely more muted than the Enchanted collection from Saucy Sticker Co. Here is their washi sampler. Love the like sparkling star line. There are 5 different washi samples. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4 with the lace, and then a 5th one with the florals. And it's extended, if you haven't noticed. It's extended washi. And then here is like a grid. It almost is like a pink paper grid design, which is fun and can go with more than just this collection. All right, so that was the first order that I put in. Again, I think I was like, I don't know, should I get it? And definitely I'm glad I did. I've been seeing so many people do such fun and creative things with it, like such fun and creative things. So, okay, this is the second order that I got, which is Dulce Vita. I really hope I'm saying that right. I am really bad with names. Okay, these things I got last year, but I felt like they would go really well with this collection. So I picked up more, and especially with my new love of like these open, like I'm calling them ephemera, but this is definitely not ephemera, but it's kind of that idea, right? And then Lisa and I were talking about footprints in the sand, and so definitely wanted to pick up more of these. And sorry, I'm not really doing this in a great order. This is going to be fun to pull in, I think, to this collection with the different words. So it's again like a quote page. In fact, it says quote sampler. So there you go. And then lots of little animals and shells. And then here are the footprints. So some are just individual, so you can put them on yourself, like on the page yourself. And then some are like little foot trails, like this one. So I think that's really cool. And they're different sizes too, so you could put like big ones next to small ones. So maybe you're walking with your kid or what have you. And then these are all individuals up at the top. So I think that's super fun. The blue is a little, so these are on transparent mat, but I'm wondering sometimes when you put transparent mat down on like a piece of paper, I don't want to say it washes out. That's not what I mean, but it does change the color just like a smidgen. I'm making up words because I said that word the other day, and my husband's like, what word are you making up? But it's not like too far off. It's like enough where I'm feeling like it's not clashing, if that makes sense. Right? Am I like making it up? Am I just trying to make it work? Feel like it could work. I mean, the sand color obviously works. See, that one works. Like, duh. But I wanted like some of the blue because if you're putting it on sand, that's going to be like hard to tell. So I felt like the blue might be a nice contrasting color. All right. Put you back where you belong. All right, so those are the footprints. I love the footprints. Those are still in the shop. This one I love and adore, and I think I've used up most of this color in a different when I did it. These are also on transparent mat, but these are really fun. Just love them. Okay, and then here is some waves, and it might even be fun to like layer these on top of each other, especially with the blue behind. That might be kind of fun. Create like a shadowy effect, maybe. So, okay, and then I'm gonna save these for a minute. So just give me a second. I will show those after I go through these. I did get this one in premium. I've kind of been going back and forth between using some premium and some washi paper. So this is a little bit of premium and washi paper. I went totally ham on this one because I had so many ideas. And now I'm like, I hope I remember all my ideas. But creating fun little scenes on this one was going to be so much fun. All right, this was a shop freebie. If you put in the code, I think. Or was this just like the... I think it normally says email freebie. Yeah, so this one is just the freebie. Did I forget to put in the freebie name? Oh, no. Okay, sorry. All right, so this one, instead of doing their like foiled freebie that they did in the springtime, this one, they did a like deco freebie. So there's the clouds, and it does definitely coordinate with this collection, but I think it could also go with other ones. Interested to see if they changed it up for wild, because this obviously would not go with wild, which I'm really hoping I get this week. Okay, and then here is the email freebie. So like I mentioned earlier, oh god, I love that layering. And that blue on top of that peach, or that pinky color. So pretty. And more of those tiles. I'm so excited for this collection. Okay, so that was if you put the email question in. All right. I don't really need this behind, but why don't I do this? Okay. I think I got all the deco in washi as well as premium. So I'm going to do a little comparison so you guys can see, since I have both. So here is, I'm wondering if I go this way. All right. So on the left is the washi, and then on the right is the premium matte. Loves a little picnic, and that girl reading. Obviously there is a great, like, I don't want to say saturation, but this one is more vibrant than this side, but the color match in its own, like, it's not, I feel like shops have figured out how to make it color match a little bit better, and I don't know if it's because it's on washi paper now, or if it's like they've figured out what settings they need to have, because it's not, like, I feel like in the past, this used to be such a different color payoff, and I do think having washi paper helps with it, making the colors more saturated than transparent matte, but yeah, there is a difference in person, and I think you can kind of see it on camera, but it's not bad, right? Okay, so there, I'm gonna try to organize this. Here is page 2, deco. Again, different sizing, loving the tile, the use of, they're using up all the space. The fountain's super pretty. Super vibrant colors as well. These are the large scenes, which is super fun. So those two scenes there. And that sailboat. And then this like cliff scene is gorgeous. Oh, this collection is just so stunning. Oh, that beach, the cliff and the beach, water. Beverages, some more of the tiles, like sprinkling that throughout is going to be really cool. Here's the picture frame, photo frame, that's the word. And some more tiles, the popsicle. Just the layering in that, you guys, I'm loving it so much. And some of the tile in the background. Okay, her and her outfit, beautiful. Loving the little basket too. Pier, very fun. some more larger scenes. All right, so we'll start with the girl. I really love that background. And then another like Cliff City house scene, which is one of my favorite things of like the Amalfi Coast, is that kind of, like you get all that in this boat, like the front of the boat. Bow, stern. Nope, stern is, no. My husband who sailed on boats would be very ashamed. This is, I think, one strip. Yeah, one strip here. And then like a little patio cafe scene. Bowl of shells, camera, the bark, look at that bike. I really do love the boat. Okay, and then this is page 8 of the deco. With another beautiful scene that she's done a lot of layering with. And then like less layering down here, but still equally beautiful with the watercolors. All right, so that was the comparison of premium matte, which was on the right side when I was showing, and then the washi paper was on the left. So I'm hoping to use whatever I don't use in my daily journal, which I'm thinking about like timeline of this. And I'm like, I'm in the summer currently and have not gotten to summer in my bullet journal. Here's the ephemera page, and I am skipping ahead a little bit just because it was off to the left and just wanted to finish that up. So this is a separate add-on, not part of the collection, but I did get this on transparent matte, and I explained why earlier. And they have the 06, so that's like for June. Then all I think of my florals are on premium matte. There's like medium size corners. These florals too, like really love the bold and bright colors of these florals. Here's the edges, and then they're also putting individual pieces down the middle, but you're getting 4 different edges. And then the washi with some down the middle again. Okay, so I did pick up the functional and this, and just because I picked up the whole collection. So there was 4 pages of the functional, but I think they've narrowed it down to 2 or 3. And this kind of page is no longer, they're not doing it by month because they want you to feel free to do it whenever. And also they have the months in their shop, and they have these in their shop. And so the other suggestion that I made was that they should put monthlies in their shop so that you can add your own. So they did put ornate monthlies in their shop now. So you can pick those up to do, if you wanted to do this with June, or if you wanted to do this July, you could do it with any month. One thing I feel like I am going to miss, and that I kind of hope, Jess, if you're listening, that they'll continue to kind of do or figure out a way to incorporate, maybe it'll be like a small add-on, is some of the framing for the months. So I really like, usually they're kind of do a focal point of a way to highlight the month. So this kind of does that for you, or you could overlay some kind of month there. And I guess technically what you could do is you could kind of pull out a layered scene already that they've done. So for instance, like I could use this top corner here to put the month up in there, or over here. So, I mean, you could do it. It's just one of the things that I usually like about this page is that they've created a little moment for the month section that I feel like I'm going to kind of miss in the current collections without that. Again, not saying that it can't happen or that I can't figure out a different way, or that they might hear this and add something in at a different time. But that is, I think, the thing I'm going to miss the most out of this page, because I feel like I have this covered. Usually I use foil, like a foiled month, and then I have their month sections. I just like that they've created a specific space for the month to kind of highlight it. They still have their quote page in their new format, which, she pretty. I pick up the non-foiled version and the foiled version, which is in here. I don't know why I'm looking off to the right, but it's in here. The main change is that they got rid of this one. And I think that's the biggest change. That and kind of like this monthly page. Again, I've only seen it online, so this is just kind of what again, the thing I think I'm gonna miss the most from this page is the swatches and some of the dots, but I can figure out other stuff for that. I didn't really use the Days of the Week or these things down here, but I also liked how they really smushed this down to one page, because I feel like some shops are still pushing this out into 2 pages, and I'm like, I don't normally, the only reason why I pick up this one is because of these. Other than that, I don't really use it, which does seem like a waste. I agree. I am on board with what you're saying. Love the doilies in this. Sometimes I kind of wish this was a full page of doilies, or like, I don't know. People are still wanting this, the torn washi, or the torn washi on here. I prefer picking up my own washi and tearing it. So, but let me know, are you guys still using this, or are you also picking up your own washi to like tear up? Oh, I did pick up more. Good. Okay. I like always get really nervous I don't pick up enough foil or florals. So again, if I'm doing this in my bullet journal, I'd like to have it so that I can do reverse and do Dutch doors. So if I'm doing a Dutch door, I need the reverse side in order to do it. So, and I usually like to do 2. I didn't do 2 in my February, but I did 2 in January. So I need at least 4 in order to make that happen. So don't think I'm going to be able to make 4 happen here, but I should. Oh wait, did I get 2 and 2? Oh no, okay. But I could do something along the lines of putting these all together and creating a Dutch door in that way. So I am very pleased that I picked up more florals. Here is, I almost only got this in 2 colors, but I feel like there's been so many, 2 foil colors. I feel like I'm leaning a little bit more towards gold in this collection, but I feel like there's been a lot of Italian, Amalfi Coast, Greek kind of collections, and these could go with them. And so I just wanted to pick them up because this pattern here seems very with those vibes, and then the tiles and such too. And they added a bunch of the tiles throughout their foiled collection, so you see them there, and then here's the quote page, so they added them. And then if that wasn't enough, sorry, let me show this first. So this mimics the other page that we had with the non-foiled quote page. So I think they're the same exact quotes. I don't think there's any that aren't the same. But some of the deco in between is different, which is nice. I like that they're just filling the space, so that's really nice. But if that wasn't enough, I think this was kind of like a last minute. They weren't sure if they were going to do this. But yeah, I'm glad that they did it so that you can pull in as many of the tiles as you want and kind of create different vibes. So, small, medium, and large. Very glad that they included that, or they decided to do that. Okay, and then the other thing that they've been doing lately is also adding in full boxes for those that are still wanting to put these in their like traditional planner. The A5, oops, sorry, I didn't mean to hit the camera, but this style, which is my memory planner. So I did pick it up just because it has different scenes than some of the scenes in, which I always appreciate, different scenes than the ones in the scenic boxes. And you can always like tear them up too. So I thought I'd pick it up and give it a try. And this is on, this one's on, are they both? Yeah, okay, this one's on, I thought so. This one's on transparent map. And then this one is on washi paper, which again, I'm feeling like we're getting some, this is washi paper, this is transparent matte. A little bit more faded. It definitely probably is like this gradient of saturation of like premium has the most saturated, medium saturation, and then the lowest saturation on transparent matte. And then the full page for the florals. The washi sampler. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different pages, or 5 different washi types. And then last but not least is this lovely tile pattern on washi paper. Okay, now before that was like I said last but not least as far as those go. Now I'm gonna get into their like newer item from the shop, which is these die cuts. So I think from what I'm understanding, this is kind of to help those that are doing more of the bullet journal, but also want the inverted. And so they're making some of these to help with that. And also, like, I think one of the things Jess said before too is she's like, there's just so many elements that I want to put into a collection, and I don't have enough like sheets, like decorative sheets. So that way you can order the sorry, I'm like slowly trying to organize and talk and not doing a great job. So the collection itself can stay, I don't want to say small because it's not small, but like the deco stays to 8. However, they recognize that there's people out there like me that love all the deco and all the options. And so you can get them here in this format, in this way, so that you're getting more deco if you would like, and then also can match it so that it has a partner in doing a Dutch door. And I don't fully have a great example. I don't feel like, I guess my best example is probably the ones that I created. So if you're doing a Dutch door like on the side or this way, what's really nice about these, and I will use this as my example. Okay, so what you need with a Dutch door is you need a mirror image. Okay, so that way when you put them together, they line up and create like this scene so that you're exposing the edge like here, and you can see past it, so you can like layer things. So that's what I did with these fences, is I did mirror ones so that I could put like create this fence for this house, or on the other side it's creating a fence for the mountains, I suppose. But yeah, so if you are doing the Dutch door situation with this collection, by having the inverted and non-inverted, or original, I guess is what they're calling it, you can flip it and it still is the same on the other side, and you don't have to worry about having to deal with this like weird white space. Like, what am I going to put in that space? Like, I don't have anything else that's like tall like that, right? So it's creating a more seamless Dutch door, in my opinion. Now, again, if maybe you're more creative than I am and you can figure out, like I've seen some people do, like they'll put washi paper behind it, like the they'll just like fill that in the background, and that's super, like that's probably one of the best ways that I've seen a lot of people using it, or trying to cover it up if they only have one side, and then you can fill in like florals or something here. So that's like kind of one way they can get around it. Another would be something on the edge. I don't know if there's a good example of this. This is another one that I feel like is this is going to be a fun one to do too. Like if you had this and maybe like this over here, like wouldn't that be a fun little scene that you're creating and having the backs of them? So yeah, this one I could see being like on the edge, like down at the bottom. And cutting out the edge down there. Okay, so those are some of the ideas behind why you get maybe both, if you're a crazy sticker lady like me. But I will go through and show you each one, and I will try to do it where I'm doing the original and then the inverted. So inverted is going to be on the left and the original will be on the right. It might take me a second to get the right sticker to match so that we're comparing apples to apples, as they may say. So just bear with me as I work on it. All right, so we have the shells, which this one probably wasn't going to be super hard to match the shells. At least this one, because I feel like they are kind of, they're like similar anyways. Okay, so there are the shells. And then here's a seagull. Didn't I just say I am a silly goose? Okay, do this. Because I was like, the original are on the right and the inverted are on the left, and then I'm putting them like side by side. All right, and then we'll do these, which I feel like you've already seen these, so that makes it a little bit, we'll just get those out of the way. I really do love these because these are going to help create like a scene, and I can even see like an umbrella, like maybe a foiled umbrella behind them. Okay, and then the coastal scene. These are on Premium Matte, and I am 99% sure you can also get them on washi paper for the die cuts. Here is a Fashion Girl. They have like 2 versions of each, so you can get like if you're doing both the inverted set, you can get up to 4 sets. So I did have some self-control, you guys. I'm like really teasing because this is nowhere near any kinds of self-control, but I have a very hard time when it comes to paper trail plans. Again, the popsicle seems like that one could have been like gone either way. Like I probably could, like that one doesn't need to have the inverted version necessarily per se. Wait, hold on. Ah, yes, okay. I'm like trying to find the more swishy leg. So that when you pair them up, this one was harder. That one's harder to do than you think. Okay, hold on. There. The swishy leg. Okay. And then, last but not least, this beautiful cabana. Okay, so those were the die cuts and the Dulce Vita collection. I don't know, we'll see. Go back and get the other one. I feel like I have enough, so Danielle, like, calm yourself. Yeah, so that is, oh, got stuck. My crazy order that I got from the paper trail plans. If you are interested in any of this, you can always use Danny15 to save 15% off and put my name in the notes for my freebie. They should be updating soon, I think, with a new PR team. They put out applications at the beginning of June, which it's now like mid-June. So we should be finding out soon what the new PR team is. I also applied again, so I'm hoping that I will also be on the team. But for right now, I think our codes are still alive. So Danny15, if you are interested in saving 15% off. And yeah, I love this shop so much. So okay, so this is me a few days later. I've already mentioned this because I did a dash of sun earlier in this haul, but this one also came in like the next day, and so I wanted to get this one in as well. This is a huge, huge collection, and I'm so excited, a huge happy mail. So I am very excited for this collection. I have a couple different items in here from different collections that they have in their shop currently. I don't know if I'll get this up before, I'm hoping, but I don't know if I'll get this up before their anniversary sale, but it's coming in the beginning of July. If I do, use this as like a way to maybe kind of look at some of the collections they have in their shop. And if I don't, I apologize. You can use Danny15 to save 15% off. This is my current freebie with them. So just if we might have updated ones if you're putting it in later. So just FYI. And then if you are signed up for their emails, you can get this and whatever generous freebie that they have. So in their emails, they'll have a question at the, like usually it's towards the end, but she provides lots of fun information in there about like the story behind how they picked the collections or whatnot. And it's usually at the end is a question. And if you put that in the notes to seller and answer the question, then you can get a freebie that usually goes along with the collection. In this case, this was the Wild collection that I got this in. So this freebie matches that, and I love it so much with the scene, and it's cut around there, and the cute little baby elephant with the mama elephant, and then lots of other animals and such, and then that really cool feather there. So yeah, that's the freebie. Okay, I am going to start off with like some general functional things. Then I'm going to go into some of the things that I got to help fill in some of my collections, and then I will go into Wild. So bear with me as I get that set up. I am going to start off with this item, which is called their ink splatters. It's medium to large sizing. They have, I think, at least one other size in their shop, but this is my favorite, and it's quickly becoming one of my favorites to add just like a little bit of foil, and it's kind of like organic, and it's just really lovely. And I tend to find myself wanting to do more of the medium size items, and so it's going through really fast. But anyways, yeah, so this is becoming quickly one of my new favorites, and I got it in all 3 foil colors. But yeah, and then the other item that I picked up due to their new format, and you'll see when I go over it in Wild, they no longer are including their functional, like there's 2 functional sheets that they kind of did away with, but I very much understand why they got, like they said it was some of their lower, like people weren't picking that one up as much, and also with all the other items that they're providing in their shop, it makes sense that they don't, like you can pick those items up in particular to kind of fill out what you're going to use. So anyways, so this is one of those items that you can pick up to like help fill out the collection if you're wanting to do months, or maybe you're wanting to do some kind of memories page or reflections page in your journal, or planner. So, or maybe you run away at like spring break or vacation. So this is giving you that option to do that. So they also came out with months in ornates with foil. Can't remember at this moment if they have it in this colorway. But I do know that it came out in foiled options, black, like black and white. And then this one's charcoal, but I was thinking it's kind of like black and white. And then they also did it on like craft paper, which I think is another fun element. So eventually I would like to go back and get those, but this order was already like crazy full. So and I wanted to pick these up because I'm using them for I'm not necessarily using their current collections that I've picked up for the month that they specified. So for instance, I'm thinking of using Wild during my June instead of July, which I think is what they intended. However, that one's not really going to have a month section anyways because the format's updated. And then Enchanted, I wanted to do a birthday theme instead for that collection. And so maybe using this pink to write out like birthdays, something like that. So anyways, so wanted to go ahead and pick those up in case I start breaking on those collections before I get the others. So here is Bubblegum, which is pinks. This one is a Latte, which is like a brown. This one is Fossil, which is like a dark gray. And this one is charcoal. So I got all these on washi paper. I think you can do all three paper types if you wanted, so premium and also transparent. Okay, so those are the like functional items that I picked up. Now moving on to this collection, which is Enchanted. I wanted to pick up a few more items based off of what I had changed my mind. When I first ordered this collection, I wasn't sure how I was going to use it. I just liked it. And now I've decided I'm going to use it for like a birthday theme in my journal. So this one is, so I picked up more of the florals. And these are my, like, I love the size from their collection, the large, like medium size in my journal because it takes up a lot of space but like has a big impact. Obviously if it takes a lot of space usually has a big impact. And then this was such an enchanting night sky. So I really loved this, so I needed to pick that up as well to go along with it. So yeah, really love both of those and picked up the foiling. I wasn't sure exactly which foil I wanted to use, whether I wanted to do gold or rose gold, so I picked up both. But I love that tree there and just all the other elements. Of course, that swing, the dust, the fairy dust. They did at one point have that in the shop. I don't think it's in there currently, but I'm hoping that it will come back because I love that and it would be fun to incorporate. I don't think I picked it up. If it is, it's hidden somewhere in my collection in a very safe space. So safe I can't find it. So anyways, I feel like that is something I would have picked up, so I'm really shocked that I just need to find it. Anyways, so those are those foiled elements that I picked up. The next thing I'm going to go over before I head into the Wild collection are these, and I did already go through earlier in this haul what these are. These are the die cuts, and I pulled out and did a pretty big comparison. So I don't think I'm going to pull them all out and do the same kind of comparison this time. I may just open up the original and show you guys, but I did pick up the Enchanted bow sets. So for each collection they have 2 sets. So I picked up 4 because one is original and then the other is inverted. And then I had already picked up the Amalfi Coast, or not, I keep calling it Amalfi Coast, the Dulce Vita, I think is what it's called. I picked up one of them already, so I'm picking up the other one. And then I picked up the 2 for Wild. So I will go through them. I just won't be pulling them all out and doing that big comparison like I did last time. So I'm just gonna put the originals up for you guys to see. So on the back, it shows you like what each picture looks like, and then the inverse, what it would look like inversely. So inversely. I think that's the right wording. I did pick all of these up except for the Amalfi die cut in washi paper. So you can get it in premium and or in washi paper. So just FYI that I did pick it up in washi paper. So I was looking for my backing. All right, this is the original. So here is the fun thing too is that I didn't get anything in premium for the wild, but they now have premium that has a clear backing, which I think is really fun. But I didn't get anything in wild for premium backing. I love this. You can put letters and stuff like foiled on that sign. The lanterns hanging from that water are really fun and cute. Here's a bridge. This is super fun. So they had like a mirror that I used in my February collection that was like one of those handheld mirrors. And I cut out the middle, and so that could be another fun thing. A lot of people ask me where I got that mirror from, so that could be another interesting fun thing if you cut that out and then you can put your own image behind it. So just a tip if you're wanting something, and or you could put something clear behind it, and since I have the inverted, that could be a fun like peekaboo box moment if I did it on the side and cut out the inner side. So then when I put the inverse on the other side, if I did a clear in the middle there, like put a clear cellophane or just even this clear backing there, that would be really, really fun to kind of have something underneath on either side so that you could see through. Here is a like gateway. That would be another fun element to cut out the middle of. Here's a doorway, a wooden door. I'm not sure if you can hear my boys. If you can, they're just having a good old time playing. They're playing with like a softball, like a very soft ball, and a little like inflatable baseball, and kind of playing baseball in the house. I know, super relaxed mom, right? My husband is not a big fan of that. Okay, cute little stairwell. Oh, the treehouse. I love the little lanterns on it too. And then I love this tree as well. It's a really fun tree. Okay, so that is part 1 of Enchanted. So that's the forest deco. Hold on. Here's part 2 of the die cuts. This is the Enchanted Fairy, and then here's the back. This one, I love this one, and they cut it out in the middle for you as well. Just loving that. Here is like a little dress, a fairy dress. Love the like wings as the sleeves. Here is the girl. Another swing, and again, they really think about your cut line, so that's cut out in the middle there. So really cool and fun that they already do that for you. And then here is another little cute girl. Look at her little fairy ears, or the elf ears maybe. I'm not always up with my fairy lore. And then you get 2 of these, which are really cool. I think that's so fun. So 2 different ones of these, and if you get the inverse and you have 4 of them, either you can play them off of each other or you just have 4 of them, which is really fun. Here's a little like fairy jar and a book with like little cute fairies, and then a little fairy frog or toad. I don't know what's like, if you're really good at that kind of stuff. Let me know if it's a frog or a toad. Okay, so that is that collection. Right, next we have the Amalfi die cut. And then I should have shown you on the other one, but this is the inverted. I'll do that now just so that you guys, so the last one that I showed you was the Enchanted Fairy. So this is the original on this side, and then this is the inverted. Oh, sorry, backwards. Original, inverted. So sorry. Okay, so this one is on premium matte. Okay, so there is the like city on the cliff. Like, she's big and beautiful. I love it. And then here is the like fountain, really pretty. A little cafe shop scene. A picnic. The glass. Like lemon, limoncello, I think is the like drink. Girl, very cute. Another girl. And then these little tile pieces, which is really fun to have extras of these. And they have like foiled ones from the collection, so you could, because I have the other set as well, you could do like a fun little pattern. So that could be really cool. Okay, so that is the original, like, this way, original of the Amalfi die cut. All right, now we're going into like the Wild collection. So the next two die cuts I'm going to show you are from the Wild collection, and then after I do these two die sets, then I will move into showing you the like stickers, the collections. I mean, these are stickers too, but you know. All right, so this is Savannah die cut. So if you're interested in this set, and we have, I love this map so much. I asked, I was like really hoping Jess did this in like the full-on washi like paper, the big washi paper. Unfortunately, she did not. She was like, that would have been such a good idea. So anyways, here is the tent. Like a Savannah lady. Sunset. This is on washi. Look at that sun. Very pretty. Here's a backpack. And then a tree kind of gives me like Lion King, Mufasa, not Mufasa, what's his name? Rafiki? What is his name? I think that's it. Anyways, his tree. And then here's a Jeep. And some butterflies. And like a watering can. So it's nice again that like it's not all the same size. There's some different sizings of the things, of the items. But like you're able to get more deco if you want, if your heart is like loving deco like I do. And you can get like the inverse, which they were selling items. Sorry, I've been doing this part off camera because I'm like, it can be a little bit of a struggle. I'm starting to get a hang of it. So now you can get, like, if you're somebody that is interested, you can get either, or if you're noticing something that like, hey, I really liked this way versus the other way, then you can do that. So great for those that are wanting that deco, because they did change up their formatting for Wild, and instead of 8 deco sheets, they have 6 now, but with all of these extra add-ons that they have and whatnot, you're not losing out necessarily on deco. It's just kind of a different, like they've kind of refigured it, if you like, I don't want to say get my meaning, but like they've just kind of reformatted, which is nice. They're like constantly reformatting and like trying to make sure they're giving the customers what they want, but also like staying true to themselves. Okay, so here is Wild. There's 11 stickers in here. These are the die cuts. And then here is the inverse. I love that umbrella, like lounge scene. Very cool. And the bus. The bus is also like the van. Okay, here is, I was gonna say like the Lion King. I don't know, does anybody else love the Lion King like I do? Sorry, I've been doing this like upside down so that when I put it back over on this side, it's like right side up and easier to put back in. All right, here is like some giraffes. And here's that lounger. I love that like fray on the umbrella. The bus. There's a fancy lady. A cheetah. One like on the prowl in the grasslands. And then here's some of the smaller pieces. That lipstick is like some vibes. Okay, so that is the last of the die cut collections that I purchased. Again, I'm loving that they're giving you these options, that you're getting it in an option of washi paper and or premium matte, that you don't have to worry about missing out on like deco, even though they've like cut down on some of their deco sheets, so you're still getting the option of having as much deco, not as much deco as you want, but like lots of different deco options for those that, like me, who love all the deco that they could possibly get. Yes, I go overboard, but especially my bullet journal, I really like a lot of deco, just because I like to do a lot of layering with my stuff. So anyways, all right, so moving on to the last bit. Very excited. Okay, so let's start with the foiled items. I did only pick this up in gold, which is the color that I chose to do this in, and I've only picked it up in gold just because normally I do pick up a lot of their stuff in all the colors, foil colors, but this one is super specific for this collection. So that's why I don't really have a whole lot of like Savannah-esque things, collections or kits. So that is why I picked it up only in this one, but I'm loving all the cheetah, and you'll get some more cheetah in the quote boxes. This like little tent in the background, binoculars, really like a lot of fun items and details, those cats. And then here's some quotes. Born to be wild, be kind, blessed are the, I think it says curious, for they shall always have adventure. Yes. So much of who we are is where we've been. That's a good one. Some of these could have been like quotes for others. I could have gotten it in any foil color. Okay. Oh, I am a little out. Where's page 1? Let's start with page 1. Okay, let's move in to this collection. Here's page 1. I love all of the deco that they have included in this and filling in like all the little spaces. It's like butterflies. They're just really great at making sure they fill all the spaces. You're getting some scenes throughout. They've also like incorporated some layering pieces where they've done some of the layering for you, also giving you that opportunity to do it yourself. So there's some like florals throughout too, like little itty bitty, like they go all the way even up here. Sorry, I didn't realize I was out of frame. All the way up here too, to like just maximize the space. All right, and then like this is gorgeous. And Jess is really great at incorporating like those black and white butterflies. She PRs for Saucy Sticker Co, and that's like her, I think of her freebie when she does that. Like a fun desk with a map, and it would be really fun to incorporate some. Saucy Sticker Co has some map stuff to pull in, like torn paper washi page. There is cheetah. the bus. It's another girl, different, and then some different kinds of lanterns coming in there. I love the hot air balloons. So it'd be fun to pull in some hot air balloons. And I know the Pretty Pinko has some fun hot air balloons too. So if you're looking for some other, I love that arch. Okay, and then this is the last page of the deco, but they've included that frame, the polar, or not Polaroid, the like frame reel thing, mabob, with some more of her butterflies. I don't know, I'm just forever gonna think of those like black and white butterflies as a Jess thing. It says wild and free, like a suitcase, a little baby elephant. That was on the freebie too. So you have a reverse image. Okay, here is the quotes page, page 7, which mimics the like the foiled. So some of the like deco pieces aren't exactly the same, but like Wanderlust, adventure awaits. She's a lion with a wild heart and a strong mind. Like a lot of the quotes themselves are the same. So you can like do some layering, and again, I was off screen. Sorry about that. But I really love the, like, even this tiny deco is really, really nice to use throughout. Like I usually do 4 pages in my bullet journal, and so it's super nice to be able to like pull all of those little itty bitty elements into each and make it more cohesive. This page has not changed either. So the pages that they got rid of were the functional pages, and I'll show you just in a second from a different collection. But here's some doilies, and then the torn paper washi. So the 2 pages that they kind of got rid of were these 2, which is the like days of the week highlights stuff, and then this monthly. I am a little sad to see like this part go away, because, and I think I talked about that earlier in this haul, but that's the part I think I'm gonna miss the most. So yeah, I'm hoping they'll come out with like some kind of extra. And then here is the florals. I usually pick up 2, so I get the whole, this time I got the whole collection. So that's like cheaper, you're getting cheaper, like you're more of a discount because it's like discounted when you pick up the whole collection. But because I'm doing this in my bullet journal and I like extra florals, I did pick up and that's like another nice option from them. Sorry, I'm jumping ahead a little bit, but it's another nice option from them in that they incorporate like you can get all the deco, so you just pick up deco. You can get all the florals, just picking up the florals. I don't know if they're gonna do a functional page anymore because it's just 2 pages now, but I will go through each of these, but know that I've picked up 2 of each because I like all of my floral options. So this is usually the bouquet page, which are a little bit smaller. I call them like medium size. And then we have corners, and you're getting 4 corners. And then edges with some like individual pieces in the middle. And lastly, the washi page with, again, some more individual pieces in the middle. And then they are now, and I think they've been doing it for the last couple of collections, they're offering like full boxes. And I feel as though this has kind of taken place of some of the other deco that was in the collection, more free form. So it wasn't like a straight box cutout. It was more of like the, hold on, let me see if I can find an example. Okay, Sadie stickers. She doesn't have like a full page of this. I know that like some other page or some other shops do. They'll have like full pages of this. So it's not like exactly a box, but it could replace a full box. So some shops in their decorative collections have the full-on sheets of just this, like just these kinds, and or they'll be like scattered throughout. So maybe like that's probably a bad example. like this might be, or this could be like the spacing of that. So I like that they're not overdoing it, because that, if you're, a lot of shops are doing this now, so you get 6 boxes, and then if you got a whole other sheet of this, that'd be 12. And then sometimes they match exactly. So like this, the images in this one would match the images in that decorative piece. So I'm really, really glad that they've kind of, I think, taken some of that out of the decorative collection, and they're just moving it on to this, and it's six images, or 6 full boxes. So I feel, and I got it on washi paper, so I wanted to, I could like tear it up and whatnot. So I feel like it's a nice separate edition, and also feeling like I have like all the deco I need over there. Plus I am able to like pull in, I'm not thinking this exactly, obviously it doesn't really go, but with like our, we had a lot of full box frames or liners that had like come out over the last year, and so I want to still use those, and so I am able to do that more with this kind of thing. So that's really kind of nice, and I can kind of give you an example. So I just finished up my March collection recently, and so I did, it wasn't actually a full box, it was like an image that was kind of like the ones that I just showed you, but I like took the edges and cropped them so that it looked more like a full box, and was able to use like my full box liners. So that, like, that is another one too. This collection is from the Pretty Pink Co. But anyways, so that is kind of my idea, and that way I can pull in some of my full box frames, or box frames or whatever. So really loving this. This is similar to that scene that we have here. Not exactly, but, and she reversed it, so I like that she did that. And then the elephant scene, there's that map that I love. Adventure Awaits with the cheetah print in the background, wild and free. Just lots of fun, different elements, and then in a different way. All right, this is called the ephemera page. Normally I do get this on transparent mat, but I did decide to get it on washi paper this time. We'll see how I like it. I haven't really actually used it yet, but we'll find out. We'll find out together. If I, I'll find out and then let you know. Because normally I like these kinds of things to be on transparent mat, so that when I press it down using this tool, it's still a little bit more see-through on transparent mat. So I'm interested to see how it works with the washi paper, because like that, I'm okay having that on washi, like that and that. Some of these things I'm okay, so it'll be interesting. All right, here is the wild large florals. I love that they also include that, and these florals are just perfect for this collection. I picked up 2 of these sheets so that I could do some Dutch doors and just have some like synchronization in my, not synchronization, like symmetry, that's the word I'm looking for, in my layout if I so choose. So here's that second page, and like the extended washi. All right, this is on transparent mat. They're alcohol ink swatches. Really enjoying that they included some printed alcohol ink swatches. And then the last 2 things that I have from this collection, this terrible washi, the fun, vibrant one with the cheetah print. And then this more like basics, but also has that colorway, the, what's that called? Ombre effect, where it's lighter at the top, darker at the bottom, so you can kind of, oh, I need something a little bit more lighter green, need something more darker green there. So really enjoying their choices. They're always coming up with different ways to, I don't know, give the people what they want. They really are super creative, and I just very much enjoy them and their creativity, and just so glad that they are here and that they have been around for so long. Like, I think, I'm blanking on it. Is this their 4th anniversary? I want to say it's their 4th anniversary, but I could be mistaken. can't believe it. If it is, like, that's bananas. Okay, so that will do it from Paper Trail Plans. I know that I think I said that already in this haul, but this will really do it. And yeah, thank you guys. And yo, if it's not during their anniversary sale, if I get this up beforehand, do that. But if I get it up after, then you can use Danny15 to save 15% off. Okay, so this might do it for this haul, unless I get something in the mail in the next day or so. But this is Saucy Sticker Co, and this is the PBC freebie. And then I put, oh, and this is the, sorry, I'll just go ahead and do this. The PBC $50 plus freebie. I think it was tiered freebie, so you could have gotten like a whole collection's worth, which is nice. I like when shops are doing that. Does encourage you to like buy more, but yeah. This is Mariah's freebie, which actually kind of goes nicely with it, like the tans and stuff. So I am not on this shop's PR team, but there are lovely ladies like Mariah and Jess and Cass and Jenny that are on her team. So if you are wanting a freebie, put any of their names in the notes to get their freebies and save some money. Okay, so a while back Rebecca, the shop owner, released this collection of like frames, and I have the other set sitting here. I picked up the larger and medium size ones because I felt like most of the time I'm going to be wanting to use it, I need the bigger ones. But when I haven't used any of them quite yet, but I was like, why don't I go ahead and get the smaller ones now before I like regret and or forget. And then additionally, I picked up the chains that go along with them. I'm kind of wishing there were like garland type chains, like swooping chains. I don't know, Rebecca, if you're watching, if you would be interested in like making garland ones, because that would be fun to hang. Because I guess what I'm kind of envisioning is what I did with this, and so you could lay them on the garland and write out something if you wanted, especially since a lot of us have like letters, and so you could put like the letters inside to spell something out, like a month or whatnot. So that might be fun to do. And I guess you still could do it and you just do it like it'll be hanging instead. So anyways, but I got these. This one is in her gold. Like these obviously aren't actually foiled, but this one is the gold one. And they are all on washi paper, which is new to her shop. Still kind of new. I think it's been like a couple months now, but this is silver. And then this is bronze. Here is the gold small dangle frames. And she does have, on each of those, she has a few of the chains. Here's silver. And then bronze. Okay, so now I have the complete collection, which is nice. And then, like I mentioned earlier, I wasn't sure how I was going to use this. She released this actually last year, and I loved it so much, but my like summer collection was already full, and I had gotten one that was semi-close to this from the Pretty Pink Co. That was like an evening party soiree situation. So I was like, I can't justify picking up another. And at that point in time, I was not doing like my daily journal like I am consistently now, and I was just mostly doing my memory planner. I was kind of trying to do a bullet journal, but it wasn't, I don't know. Actually I was doing a daily journal. I was trying to use up like old stickers in my daily journal. But anyways, so the idea of this one And if you were here earlier and listening to the paper trail plans, you heard that my intention for this one is to do like a birthday bullet journal type spread and kind of pair it with the paper trail plans. Sorry, I'm actually looking for the paper trail plans one now because I had already put it away, forgetting that I was going to do this comparison. Okay, so I'm going to go through this collection first, and then I will do the comparison, just so that like I'm giving this one its like right spotlight, because it is a gorgeous collection, and I really love what Rebecca did, and I really love these colors, and it's an interesting, because I also really love the colors of the paper trail plans version, so it's going to be interesting because they're not the same. This is definitely bolder. The paper trail plans is muted and a little bit more soft, so it'll be a little interesting, but also it's a very close theme. And when I did a haul of this on Instagram, and Rebecca from Saucy Sticker Co messaged me. She's like, I was totally gonna pair them as well. So this was not just like my crazy idea. Like, also one of the shop owners had this idea. Okay, so I feel like this one is definitely more birthday themed, and so that's why I wanted to pick it up, to pull in the more birthday ideas, but also has that like nighttime glow, foresty vibe. Okay, so this one has a lot of like smaller deco. There's some of the cake, a table, and balloons, birthday cake, little desserts there. This is all on washi paper. Some of the lights. Like, is that? I'm trying to figure out how that it goes exactly. I feel like it's supposed to dangle, but I can't decide if it's supposed to be like this way or this way. I feel like this way. And then a little staircase, all the lanterns. I'm loving the little like Cinderella chariot. It's not really Cinderella, but I can pretend. Okay, so here is like the nighttime glowy vibes. This one is definitely more of that like party with the balloons and stuff. But what I could do is I could add these into the other. So, sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. I will calm down. I also love how she incorporated some of this alcohol ink swatch, and then it looks like there's this white. I really love when shops do that because it's so faint, but I don't know, it's very much appreciated. This like faint line of like trees or something along the edge. It says life should not only be lived, it should be celebrated, and life is the most wonderful fairy tale, with lots of little like scenes. And then there are some girls, which I think this one was added. This one wasn't there last year. Okay, and then these are kind of like collages and mixed type, and there's some more of the like smaller balloons. I love the layering she did in that one. A moment to remember. There is magic in these moments. Okay, and this was another selling point. This was not included in her previous one. And this is such a cool, she actually like gave details because this was the first time she's done this. I think this is such a smart idea. So you can use this for whatever month you want to. And the idea is that you kind of crop it based off of like when your month starts. So let's say your month starts on a Monday and you like to do a Sunday through Monday calendar. Okay, so let's say this is your Sunday column, Monday, Tuesday. So you would do Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And so you would cut it off there. Let's say your Monday starts on a Friday. So you would go sorry, I need to, I think it would be this one. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Oh, no, one more over. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Oop, I didn't count Sunday. That's why I was like, I feel like I counted right. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So you would cut it off there. Isn't that like so smart? I love that. And so you still get like that, the 30. I was like, I'm cutting off the 30th. No, the 30th is right there. This is just like ingenious to me. Anyway, so she gives you two just in case I think you mess up. But the instructions are here. Or maybe there is a, and she also shows you like how to do the choose your desired month and trim down the calendar to include the numbers. You have the option of using a 30-day or 31-day calendar that can cut down to any month. February is an exception, but you can trim off the excess numbers. So like if it is a 28th, so let's say like this is it, which February is my birthday month, so I very much relate to this. So if this was it, you would cut off the 29th and cut off the bottom there, which isn't like super hard to do. It's very doable. The perpetual calendar works for both a Sunday and Monday calendar start. Like I actually did show you on accident. So I just think this is super ingenious. And then additionally, I loved this idea of like the photo frame inside the tree. So like these are all like going to be taken out and then you can put your calendar in there. I just love this idea so much. Love that. And then these fairy dust things down here. So anyways, I was very excited. And again, I'm doing this for my children and my husband and maybe even my own birthday month. So I don't think that I'll necessarily use it for the calendar part of it, but I might put like birthday celebrations or some kind of use some like individual letters, not this size because that would be like too big, but it's the closest one that I have on hand, to put in there to like kind of write my own like header for this section. But yeah, I love this so much. Okay, and because I am thinking I could use extras in my daily journal, I did get some of the florals. Also got some of the florals just in case, like I'll explain in a minute. But okay, so here are the edges, floral edges. And she has like 3 larger ones and then 2 smaller ones and then some individual pieces in the middle. These are the corners. Here are the bouquets. This is the swatches and borders. And then 2 swatches. And I think that burgundy color and the teal. Torn paper washi. She did not have like a washi sheet. I have not been picking these kinds of sheets up as much anymore, just because I prefer the actual torn paper washi. It's more my preference, so I can tear it up the way that I want. But because it didn't come with that, I decided to pick it up. And then for some layering bits, picked this one up. I also liked it because of the frame, the photo frame down at the bottom. Here is a washi sampler page. The days of the week. I must have just gotten the kit because I was like, I don't feel like I would have picked that one up. And then her watercolor splashes are different as well. I feel like it's fun seeing all the different styles. I also feel like this one really goes well, like lends itself really well to this collection with like the sparkly dust. And it kind of looks like a little bit of like sparkle. I don't know, that might just be me being a little reading too much into stuff. I think this is her normal alcohol ink swatch, so it's not like she changed it up specifically for this collection. It's just like, I feel like it goes well. And then here are the larger florals. Okay, so that is the collection from Saucy Sticker Co, the Enchanted Celebration. And now I'm going to do a little bit of a comparison. I'm not going to spend too much time on it because I'm not exactly sure. Like, I don't know, this is all just an idea, and worst case scenario is it doesn't go, and then I just use this in my daily journal. I use one of them in my daily journal. And that's it. That's fine. It's all good. No harm, no foul. I have plenty of journals to put them in. Okay, so as you can tell, the colors are definitely not the same. Like, they are very much different. So I wasn't planning on like that part of it. So like using using both colorways. I've done this before where I've done it in my memory planner, and like I just choose not to use like certain color palettes from one or the other. So I think if I do this, I'm probably going to lean a little bit more towards the Paper Trail Plans colorway. I think. Just because, like, I feel like lighter colors are going to be easier to blend into the background than bold colors. So, and like these seem a little bit more neutral. Like there's pinks and like the orangey, like there's a little bit of the orangey color. My biggest like hang up is more about like the green tones, because there's definitely more teals in the Saucy Stickers Co collection than there is in the, and there is this teal, right? Like, I am not imagining that these go like together. So it just, there is no orange match, but there's like the orange and then this color here. And then there's like the teal and the, or like, sorry, there's like a blue, the green. So it's not like it's awful. It's just not exact. Okay, however, this is what some of my thoughts are. I have seen like other people do this as well. But so let's say I do a cover page. Again, I don't know how many pages I'm going to end up doing this. Usually my bullet journal has like 4 pages in it for a month. So I don't know how many pages I'll do, but maybe I could do like a cover page because I really like this and think that that'd be fun for a cover page. So doing this as a cover page and using some of these colors or like the bolder colors on that page. Maybe flipping to the next page and using some more of these colors or whatever, and kind of doing it where maybe I'm doing like every other as the page, so then it kind of blends and slowly seeping into the like more muted tones. However, like some of these more scenic pictures here, trying to like lay this out where you guys can see what I'm talking about and keep stuff to the right side that is Saucy Stickers Co. Except for here's a whole slew of stuff that's Saucy Stickers Co. Just kidding. I'm trying to find the non-floral stuff because again, I feel like floral stuff can kind of. So though the pinks I'm not super worried about because I feel like pinks are pinks. So this is definitely more of a blue colorway and this is more green. But like if I take some of these and put them on the same page and kind of blend them together, then like overlap stuff, that would help blend them. So for instance, like this is very green here and this is green. So like they're gonna play well together. Or I can put like this on the corner of this. I probably would not cover up that spot, but you get the idea of like I can, some of the green stuff I can blend with this and like just kind of playing a little bit with the colors. Putting some of the balloons in this space will help make that pop a little bit more. So I would choose like the brighter balloons that would make this scene match some more of this scene. So trying to pull and overlap these, like do lots of layering with like the balloons, or like those lanterns could go really well like over top of maybe this scene, or I feel like there was another one that I had envisioned for that. Oh, like maybe like putting it with this one so that it's kind of, I don't know. I feel like if you're trying to combine two kits, like overlapping them, but also keeping in mind that like I'm not going to be pulling in these florals with this side, because that's just, I don't know, it's probably easier to pick more of the muted florals than the very bright florals. Although when I just did that, I was like, it's not too far off. It's not awful. Okay, it's not as good as, I was like looking at that and I was like, that's not bad. But that's a little less. And that's just a me thing. If this is something that you're wanting to do too, then don't let my ideas or my like hang-ups be, or hang-ups. Not hang-ups, but like, just because I'm feeling like it doesn't vibe, it doesn't mean that it doesn't vibe. It's just my thoughts about it. But I'm excited. I think that these will go nicely behind some of these things. Like I think I can make it work for sure. So anyway, so that is a bit of my idea. Again, I'm gonna have to play with it to see how I can make it work. And I will, if I end up making it work and able to do it, then I will try to do like a flip through here on YouTube, but let's and probably on Instagram too. So if you are interested, and probably I do more like current updated stuff on Instagram, like I'll pop on to Instagram and be like, hey, this is what I'm currently working on. So if you are interested in more like timely updates on how I'm doing things, then head over to my Instagram. But if you're okay just hanging back and waiting, then feel free to wait around, and you will see how it turns out. But yeah, so that is Saucy Sticker Co. I really do, she's also another one that's super creative, and I love her thoughts and ideas about certain things. Like this in general, so brilliant. I'm very glad that she came up with that idea, because that's been my hang up about certain kits, is like I don't want it for that month. I would prefer to have it in this month. Also, like I know other countries have different seasonal things happening in their lives. So like in the southern half of the world, it's warmer in the wintertime, so maybe they want this collection in the wintertime or fall time or whatever. So that makes it super nice that she has done it for those folks. Anyways, that's gonna do it, I think, for me for this haul. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. I'm interested to see what you guys think about the mixing and matching of those two collections. It might be one of those things where like you have to wait and see what it looks like when instead of like, it's a little hard to imagine, but once you start layering, I think that helps. Also, like blending washi paper and stuff, it'll be a little bit more muted and not as like bright toned. So anyways, but yeah, let me know your thoughts, and thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all of you, and I hope you guys have a good day. Bye guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, consider liking and subscribing. Here are some other videos you can watch. Hope you enjoy.